Hi, I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to talk about division and timelines today. So when I'm talking about division, I'm talking about the sense of dividing yourself against another person and the sense of who's right and who's wrong. So this is a sort of division that we don't want. We need to stick together and remember that we are all souls here on this earth experiencing this life together, and we are on different paths. So sometimes you may see someone who you feel is not understanding spiritual awakening, and you feel perhaps superior, or you feel that sorry for them, or something that isn't of the highest vibration. The truth is that other people have different paths than you, and they could be here specifically to help you or other people get to ascension by kind of playing the bad guy or playing the stuck person, or perhaps they have given themselves extremely difficult circumstances to overcome to see if they could possibly do it to get to ascension. They may have made their journey much harder than yours. And so we want to stay away from judging other people. We want to stay away from I'm right and you're wrong. Okay? This is difficult because we are humans, but it is necessary. We are all here together as souls on the same path or on similar paths. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about timeline jumps and paths. As I have spoken on this channel before, there's an ascension path and there is a 3D path. So some people will go 3D and they will stay there until they finish out their life in the Matrix, and literally more like the movie The Matrix, their 3D life, and then they will come to the other side and say, oh, darn it, I didn't figure it out this time. Well, maybe I'll set a lesser challenge for myself next time. And then some of us are going on the ascension path. Well, the ascension path is not that simple. It's not one path. It's many, many paths. And the way Spirit shows me that almost looks like a 8 harp. It's like a harp almost, but it's shaped like an 8 or an infinity, vertical. And there's all these paths. The paths can go away and come back, away and come back. No matter where you are in your spiritual path, you still have lessons, or you wouldn't still be on earth. So we are always learning lessons. Sometimes we go away and sometimes we go back. So that means that we could all have a slightly different ascension path. So that is why you could follow 2 mediums, or perhaps you are one of those mediums, and you get one message, and your highly esteemed friend or someone you follow gets another message, and you wonder how those 2 things can come together. It is because you are on different ascension paths. So in your ascension path, it may be that, to use the election as an example, that one president is the best president for that path to work out the way that you are on it. And you feel that deeply in your soul, and you voted for that person, and you know that person is the one. But then your friend, who you deeply admire and know to be a true, clear channel, decides that president number 2 is the best president, and that president is the one to help us get to ascension. Personally, I don't think any president's helping us get to ascension. We can only help ourselves get to ascension. But let's just say that. That's a good example. So what do you believe? Does it mean that you can never trust your friend, the medium that you really follow again? No, it doesn't, because our ascension paths are very similar, but there could be a few differences. So just because you have 2 totally different opinions from yourself and someone else, or from 2 other people, doesn't mean they're not both right. And who knows which path you're on. And this is one of the reasons why we have to use a discernment. So what's true for me may not be true for you. I do appreciate all of you who follow me and watch my videos, my friends in tag and everywhere. However, maybe not everything I'm saying always will resonate with you. Perhaps on your path, it's not completely right. And so that's why you always have discernment with other people who are giving you messages to whether it's true for you. Okay? That's very, very important. So that's what can be happening as our timelines move around. And I have been feeling some timeline jumps. Have you been feeling timeline jumps? I would love to hear about it in the comments. Today I had one where it felt like the whole world looked completely different. It's The only way I can describe it is like an Instagram filter, like it was through a different filter, but it wasn't the color, it was the feeling, and yet it felt familiar, like I'd been there before. It was very interesting, and it was a timeline jump. We often are jumping onto these other timelines. That also makes telling the future a little bit dicey because there are so many futures to choose from. So the best thing I can tell you is to stay on your ascension path, work on yourself so that you can get there, and use discernment and use your own intuition. Grow your intuition, grow your psychic clairs, grow your mediumship and your healing abilities. Be the light worker you came here to be. I'd love to help you with any of that. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com. Thank you so much.